Hello and welcome back to Bonafide Acoustics. Today we are looking at the Blon BL03, the legendary Oppo, and I know it's pretty late to the Oppo gang, but better late than never. So the BL03 is a company. BL03 is made by Blon, and Blon is a pretty old company. And they started their company around 2015 or 14, and at that time they didn't have many IEMs in their price or in their arsenal that hit the market, but the BL03 really got some great hype, and it has its own reason why it was so hyped. So yeah, the impedance or the resistance is quite high. These are relatively mid or to non-sensitive IEMs. They are quite hard to drive, in my opinion. When people say that they are not very hard to drive, yes, they are not very hard, but they do change a bit of their sound signature if the player is somewhat quite strong, or you can say have low impedance have low output impedance. If the player have low output impedance, they do tend to shine a lot. They require some brighter source because in my opinion, again, they are somewhat dark sounding IEMs. So yeah, so let's open the package. Pretty standard, and these have some really great belief system. Believe, let music burn, opportunity, never give up. I even chatted with the blonde, the person that made the blonde, and I even offered him to um, change. And I even offered myself so to change the grammatical mistakes on the box and everything, but he rejected my offer. I even said that I am not asking for any money or anything, but he said he likes it the way it is, music and rhymes. So yeah, so the thing that these IMs does best is that the vocal, what you can say, the vocal accuracy. Because the vocal accuracy is quite great, the timbre is, in my opinion, the best you can get at this price point. So the package, the wearing manual, story of Blonde. If you want to read it, you can pause over here. The English over here is quite okay in my opinion, but the English on the box is somewhat, I don't know what you can say. So comes with a carrying case. It is what you can say. It attracts dust. It attracts particles in your pocket, in your. It attracts cotton and stuff like that. I don't know what can I say about the fabric, because this is not dust or anything. This is like fabric of jeans. This is the fabric of cotton. It attracts it. I don't know what they made. So the cable is quite okay. Same like KZ cable. Quite stiff. Okay. Nothing more, nothing less. And the tips are have a very weird shape to them. I have never seen tips like these. This they have a long nozzle with this mm, subdued region, recessed region, and after that it has a this silicone, stiff silicone at the edge of the tips. And to some people they are a very these are very easy to wear, and for some people it is as abysmal. For me they are literally the worst tips you can get. About the comfort and the fit, these are one of the worst fitting IEMs I have ever worn in my whole life, and I have worn many IEMs in my life, and these are by far the worst I have worn, because they won't stay in my ear for even a minute. So I made a mod by myself, and I will show you what I have done. Apart from the fit, these are not very, these are okay, they don't hurt your ears or anything, but they will keep falling apart if you know what you are getting into. If you can guess by the shape of these IEMs that they will fit in your ears, then then go ahead and buy these things. And if you think that these won't fit in your ears, then don't do it, because these are very great IEMs, but if they won't fit you, they are not great. So I'm using double flange tips on the Blon BL03, and the thing that I have done is these are tips that came from some IEMs. I have reversed them because they were like, they usually fit like that if you have very small ears. I don't have very small ears, I have very large ears, so I reverse inserted them, then use these double flange tips so they won't fall apart and will keep in my ears. So apart from that, about the sound quality or what the Blon BL03 sounds like, well, as I have said before, and I will say it again, that these IEMs do one thing and one thing, that is the tonal accuracy, the sound accuracy for vocals, and nothing more and nothing less. They have a sub bass which is although present, but it is not very forward in the mix. It is relaxed, not relaxed, it is somewhat mm, recessed as compared to its mid bass. So the mid bass is quite forward, the sub bass is lacking, not by very much, but it is lacking as compared to the mid bass. So it gives a very warmish type of sound signature, because the sub bass is not present, the mid bass is quite forward and the sub bass is not present, so the signature is quite warm. And the reason it gets more warmer from that point onward is that um, there is not very much of treble focus in this IEM. The treble is somewhat laid back and not very focused, not very forward. There is no 8K spike, and there is nothing in treble that can be written home about. Although they have a very good treble response, but it is not very forward or very bright. So these are simple IEMs for those people who prefer a warm signature as well as a dark signature. This is my take over this IEM. These are very great, but it has somewhat lacking treble response. The only thing these IEMs do perfectly is their tonal accuracy, their tonal balance. That's it. So that's my take on the BL03. I will give them a full review in which I will only talk about the sound characteristics and the things they do great, and I will talk about the staging, imaging, and the whole frequency chart. Thank you for listening to Bonafide Acoustics.